And this is what I tried to tell people. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah, put the beat on. Boom. Pain. Underrated legend. Pain. But lie, this is all true. It's all true still. Alright, look. So a big part of my life has been chicks. I know I can't lie about that. And if I keep it real, whenever I thought again, I'd have to write about that. See, word, I was still in love when I wrote Slut. Just words, them scars weren't closed up. But since it gave me exposure, it's only right I tell you my closure. Slut. Man, I was so real to the page. So real to the extent now.
Okay, hold up. Before he gets into it. Dang, he said when he wrote Slut Freestyle, he was still in love.
Yeah.
Like in love with the chicks or a particular girl? What do you think?
I think the lifestyle.
Yeah. So he's kind of just speaking on what he was going, just like real time, just like pouring his heart out and
Right.
and that's what it felt like. That's what I was like, dang, he seems so likable. You know what I mean? He's just
Right.
keeping it real with us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
Closure, slut. Man, I was so real to the page. So real to the extent that man, I even use real names. She texted me once on a matting. Tara kinda treats me like a German. A girl that done the monkey bar thing, well, she's just doing her, man, listen. Not the same one that my last freestyle was about, but love from west to the south. Thought I was over the girl until I saw her out, and family, I was all shocked. Cause I've been thinking about this girl like every day, in every way. So yeah, of course we speak in numbers, exchange, and now I'm happy as fuck. Because now I'm back with the love of my life. Doing all kind of shit, like kissing on no 4 Hills till 2:00 at night. A good guy now, I ain't hitting him never. Even catch my car spitting together. You know when a kiss is perfect, come like puzzle pieces fitting together. That's when I told her, wait though, if we're doing this, then we gotta do this right.
is this the girl that was monkey barring?
No, I think it was
Is
a
it a different
girl.
one?
I think it was a girl that he thought he was over and he saw her out and they got back together.
Like puzzle pieces fitting together. That's when I told her, wait though, if we're doing this, then we gotta do this right. I'ma tell you all the shit that I've been on the last couple years, the shit you won't like, but I'ma be honest then. I'ma be real to the T. I gotta make sure some next girl can never come to you about me. And that's when I started talking. When I told her all of the girls that I beat. All the
Okay, how do you think this is gonna go? When he starts telling her about his history.
I don't know.
How do you think she's gonna respond?
It's not going to be good.
Right?
It feels like this is going south.
Right? And I feel like what you don't know doesn't hurt you.
Right.
I mean, they weren't together. You know what I mean?
I feel like this is a common situation
Right?
where like guys like loses all faith in women and he's like screw the girls, and then this one girl somehow works her way back into his good graces and he's like, oh, it's all gonna work out. He believes in women again.
But my thing is like, is telling someone the details of your past oversharing, or is it like the right thing to do for a relationship? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a tough question.
I guess it depends how bad your past is.
Right. But then also it's like you never know what people think is bad. And
Okay,
like,
but if you were like selling, not like you, but like in general, a person like selling themselves on the curb, you know what I mean,
Right.
every night,
Right.
it's like, okay, you might want to tell your partner that.
Right.
But if you just were like out there, then it's like, I mean, I guess you can tell if you want, but I don't feel like you have to. Like, by the way, I slept with X amount of people, and I did this to that person, this to that person. I feel like it could be a little much.
But also, it's like the girl, if she doesn't know and he's messed with every single girl in the freaking block, then it's like she might have friends that he's messed with, and she might not want to deal with him if he's messed with her friends.
I feel like a good amount of sharing, because some people want to know about the past, some
Right.
people don't. If someone wants to know, you're like, yeah, I knocked down 100 chicks. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know the details. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Any more than that is just a little like we weren't together then. It's not like I was cheating on you. Why do you need to know?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but it sounds like he just offered it up. So
Right.
no harm, no foul.
never come to you about me. And that's when I started talking. When I told her all of the girls that I beat. All the problems with me. The one night stands and the girls that I met on IG. But it was her turn. She said, there ain't a dream I can sell you. And really my life's been boring. And there ain't nothing to tell you. And man, I believed her. Maybe I was not.
That's why I was shaking my head. I was
Yeah.
like, nope.
Nah.
Nope. She was in the streets.
Fellas.
Guaranteed.
Fellas,
She was out there.
These girls
She was out there.
are not who you think they are. Dudes with a female body. Telling you.
She definitely was out there. That's what I'm saying, though. He's like oversharing, and she's like, oh, I wasn't doing nothing. I was locked away in a castle, just waiting on you to come get me. You know
That's what I'm saying. It's like inevitably, it's like with sharing information, you're gonna have somebody who's gonna withhold more than the other person, you know?
That's why no one has a right to your past. You can share as much as
Right.
you want. That's your past. It's not, if you were cheating, that's different. Then it'd be nice to tell someone if you were
Yeah,
cheating. You know, that kind of
sure.
thing, but it's not going to really happen. But if it's like your past years weren't together and it's like, it's none of your business.
Or gas to the girl I was thinking about for the last 4 years was by me. And like that feeling it weren't gonna wait. And the mum even took us on the holiday. Now I'm deep in the night, going ease and shit. Couple months and I got the key to the crib, but then I got distant though. Cause I got that iffy vibe like. I be catching her up telling silly lies like. If you're my woman, then why I gotta catch you up? And it's dumb shit, like shit you ain't even gotta lie about. And this is when I turn into a fuckboy. Man, I can't lie, man, I just went with it. Even though I still love them mad. Something couldn't sit with my spirit. Never called her beautiful once. No attention, her time had none of it. The most I would do, pull up on a late night random one. If I felt like cuddling, that's when I got that phone call though. And you know how it goes, like Blaine, there's something you should know. I just took a pregnancy test and look, man, it came back positive. And my number can't have an abortion. Looks like we just gotta get on with it. And me, I can't lie how I acted. It was all loose when I started backtracking. When I heard the word baby, I just panicked and asked her again, are you sure you wanna have it? And she said, the doctors told her before that she can't have a baby. So the thought of having an abortion, no, not having a youth is all crazy now. Look, see when a baby ain't planned, there's some stages you go through as a man.
Oh my goodness, man.
I like him.
I wish I had my brother here for this video. He be having unplanned kids. He could probably give a different perspective.
Right. I like his music. It's almost like, it reminds me of like, okay, this is probably going to sound weird, but like Ratman's Shiro's story. I feel like there's so much story in his music that he like takes you on a journey with it.
You like the storytelling raps.
I really do.
I do too. That's how like rap was back in the day, like way back. I used to listen to Eazy-E as a kid. You know what I mean? And
I
stuff
never.
like that. It's like it's more than just like, hey, look what I'm doing in the club, girls jump around. Now I'm in cars, and you know what I mean. It's not like that.
I've never listened to that. Never listened to any old school rap.
Yeah, the further back you go, it's more like a song will have a strict theme or even a story. You know what I mean?
Wow. I really like it. And also, like, with Ratman's story, it was still, like, it was almost like a movie. So I couldn't get, like, I loved it. But I couldn't, I like this because it's, like, his life. It's, like, true. It's, like,
Right.
real. And it's, like, I don't know. I really like it.
Can't believe you got her knocked up.
So the thought of having an abortion, no, not having a youth is all crazy now. Look, see when a baby ain't planned, there's some stages you go through as a man. The first stage is, no, she ain't having a shoot, I gotta talk to her harder. The second stage is, look man, I got a man up because I'm gonna be a father. I pull her off, I still told my mother. I'm thinking that she's gonna get mad at me. All she said was blame. Do not bring a mad gal in my family. Told my sister but she weren't having it. And right now I'm excited. But anyway, fuck that part, it's the second part that hit me like lightning. I got a phone call out of the blue like, blame where you at, and can you come round? And I said now, and she said now. So I said fuck it and drove from south. Blew until I pulled up to the crib. Got in the lift, put the key for the door. And all I can see is her there, with her arms around her belly on the floor. I'm like, yo baby, tell me what's wrong. She saying I bled and my belly keeps hurting. I keep phoning the ambulance over and over again, but the shit ain't working. They pull up in what seems like forever. Me, I'm shocked, I don't know what it means. We get to the hospital, take her blood, holding her hand, waiting to be seen. And then some young white lady steps in. She clears her throat, she looks up slow and says you're no longer pregnant. And man, it kinda hit me in the worst way, car. It happened like 3 days before my birthday now. Now me and her's back on track, but I can't lie, real short, I ain't giving it. Cause I got this feeling, saying that I can't trust her. And look man, I can't get rid of it. Man, I got...
Dang. Okay, because in the other one we did, the freestyle, remember he had got a girl knocked up and her family made her have an abortion or something to that effect?
Right.
And then this situation?
That's
what are the
crazy.
chances?
What are the chances?
My goodness.
Listen, I never thought about like a man's perspective with like a miscarriage of an unplanned pregnancy.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I just never thought of that in general.
What?
This whole perspective thing.
Yeah. Dang. It's like it does affect him because he worked himself up to being excited. Like got through all the like I don't want her to have it, this and that. So now he's getting attached to this like idea of a baby and then boom. And then it's like, dang, do you stay with the girl now knowing that she's probably, you know what I mean? Like she's
Trying to trap you.
She's probably trying to trap you. She's
And you don't trust her.
And she's probably depressed. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
everyone I know who had like the accidental pregnancy either had the kid or got an abortion, but never like a miscarriage. I don't know of anyone who had that situation.
I will shot, I ain't giving it, cause I got this feeling, saying that I can't trust her. And look, man, I can't get rid of it. Man, I gotta talk to her. I'ma see her next week. And that's when I'll talk to her. I picked her up so I can drop her at airport.
Okay, I'm wondering if the baby was even his. You know what I mean?
That too.
Because you wouldn't get a DNA test after a miscarriage, but like, was it even his? Because she sound kind of raggedy.
I'ma see her next week, and that's when I'll talk to her. I picked her up so I can drop her at airport. I said I'm tired so she can drive. And I'm just there in the passenger seat, and I'm looking at her square in her eyes, and I say, what I'm about to say, man, I ain't trying to cuss you. I really want to make this work, but I feel like I can't trust you. And look, I don't know what it is, but I got a feeling so deep in my ribs. Months ago, you was gonna have my kid, and now I feel that the solution is to let me have a look in your phone. It might sound dumb and it might sound young, but let me have a look in your phone. Don't get it twisted, I'm grown, but let me have a look in your phone. I'll see nothing, I'll stop bugging, we'll get to trusting, we'll build something. You'll probably be cussing like I told you there was nothing in my phone. A word of my life, I'll let that go, but let me have a look in your phone. And then she said no, and I said word? I swear you want me to take you serious. And word, that's what I'm trying to do, so you gotta respect how I'm trying to move. 5 years deep, you'll let that go, just to not let me look in your phone. She looked back with a worried and scared face, and then she said no, and look, you see that kinda iffy. Man, I let that go so quickly. Still went to the airport just to let her off, and then I put Mikey right for the letterbox. Look, what was in her phone, man, I would never know. But 9 times out of 10, there was the maddest things in her phone. Now, I get a phone call 2 days later, she's like, hi, I'm...
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta end this relationship.
5 years deep, though.
Because, I mean, even if you feel the need to look in someone's phone, like, you can't trust that person.
Right.
Like, and you don't trust them, so you have no trust in relationship, it's like, you gotta end it. Like, even if he were to look in her phone and there was nothing there, it's like the trust is already broken. You know what I mean? Like, gotta end the relationship.
And there was the maddest things in her phone. Now, I get a phone call 2 days later. She's like, hi, I'm like, what up? She's like, now you can look for my phone. I'm like, doop, doop, shut up. 3 months after, I'm in Shoreditch, and I see her cousin. And she pulls me to the side like, I want to talk to you about something. And I'm like, calm, we can step out the bar. I mean, you can go speak in the car. And she's like, I don't talk to my cousin no more, man. She takes things kind of far. And I'm like, wait there, what do you want to say to me? And she goes, shit. I don't have to say this, but I don't really want to say no dirt. But when you was with her, she was chatting to a couple man, and there was this guy from work. And when she was having this kid, she showed up to my crib car. She weren't sure, like, if it was yours or his. And I said, wait there, how do you know? She says, I'm gonna do it, his life, I know. And I'm only telling you because I don't speak to her anymore. Now I couldn't care about the cheating, but the child shit hit me harder. When I got excited and all told my mum, and I might not have been that father, but I guess I didn't know that lady. After the miscarriage, shit got crazy. She looked back like, miscarriage, what? I said, yeah, she miscarried my baby. She said, wait there, Blaine, are you sure? I said, I saw her on the floor. We both went to the hospital, and they said that the child weren't there anymore. And she said, when this happened, around the end of Feb, I said, yeah, how you know? She said, fuck, man, these girls are dread. I said, wait, what you mean?
What is going on?
This is a crazy story.
How could she possibly finesse this?
Have you guys ever had, like, a situation like this or heard about a situation like this? Is, to me, almost like Kiss Can't Be Real.
I mean, it sounds very real to me.
This is crazy.
Like, nothing would surprise me. Any kind of intergender activities going on with trickery and finessing.
Why?
Nothing would surprise me.
Why don't all the people who are into that find each other? You know what I mean,
I've seen enough of it.
Just
with family and friends, what they've gone through. Nothing would surprise me at this point.
I mean, she was...
I mean, I told you she sounded raggedy. Like, it's like, clearly that baby could have been anybody's baby. This is a street baby, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's like, what did she do with this kid? Like, what?
And since she can't get pregnant, which is for some reason
every girl
everyone
says
she probably was not having them use any protection, like any of the people she's
right.
with.
But I mean, dudes are so easy to finesse. Like, I want to say modern day, but it's probably always been that way. Because if a guy's attracted to a girl, it's just like half your brain shuts off. You know what I mean? I mean, so many girls get pregnant with I'm on the pill, and they're not.
Every girl.
Or, I can't get pregnant.
You know how many people...
And then you ask them, like, well, why'd you think you couldn't get pregnant? It's like, I don't know. I just thought I couldn't get pregnant.
It never happened before.
It's like a doctor never said anything or anything.
Right.
They just made it up to trap someone. It's like, gotta always use protection.
In the Feb, I said, yeah, how you know? She said, fuck, man, these girls are dread. I said, wait, what you mean? She said, on my daughter's life, I'm talking. But in the middle of February, I took her to get in the bullshit. See, gal, I fuck like that. Yeah, man fuck up, but man fuck ups ain't fuck like that. Are you even clocking the play? So the miscarriage and her being on the floor was all staged. And then they asked why a man's so bitter. A man turned into your average nigga, saying how you can't trust these women. Trust rude boy, man, they can't get realer. But if I learn one thing out of this whole thing, you gotta go with your gut. But you ain't gotta take my advice, cause I'm just Cadet, aka the slut, you feel me? Pain. Cadet, pain. Cadet, pain.
Ooh, I like his music. So relatable and so like interesting.
Right, I like the way he tells the story.
Wow. So that was so that's basically like he said that's how you turn a man to an average dude. Like, you know how girls complain about
and all this
yeah,
kind of
girls
stuff.
complain about it, but it's like you just made another F-boy by doing all that.
But the thing is, women get to play the victim because they're the favorite sex. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What? What's so funny?
Yes. Because women...
people always come to the defense of women, and you can't question a woman's story, or else you're some kind of misogynist kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's always going to be like that.
It's just a hot mess, honestly.
It's like if he told his story, some of his boys might not even believe it.
Why? I thought...
Well, because like you were saying, is this even real? Like, not that you don't believe it, it's just like, oh no, no one would do that to you. Come on. You got to be making her look bad. I guarantee it. Not everyone's going to believe it.
But it's just also weird because it's like when you interact with people, right? It's like if you take the 10 closest people to you, then it's like most of them, you could never see them doing this. You know what I mean? You can never see them actually doing, like, you know what I mean? Like in general, like when you go to work,
I would say the average
store,
person, wouldn't believe it. You said their friend did something like this.
Right.
Let alone, I would believe it. I know about enough scandalous stuff, so I was like, I could see my friends doing this.
Yeah. I just feel like this is just such like, most people pretend they don't live like this. But then like, is a ton of people who live like this.
Right. It's not really abnormal.
Right. Like it's just strange though, because it's like people that, like he said, it's like what a like how freaking messed up is it for the girl to be like, oh, he's just a F-boy, you know what I mean? He's like a non-commitment, this and that. But it's like that's what he's been through with every female. Like eventually he would learn this is how females are.
Right.
But then she'll be like, well, I'm different, or I'm gonna change for him, or he's the first guy I'm not gonna cheat on, or you know what I mean?
And this is what I tried to tell people. The world is savage. Everybody wants to sing Kumbaya and hold hands and think that the government's going to be any less savage or this. Like, no. Like, you got to look out for yourself and your people. Yeah. And if everyone does that, the world could be a better place. But, like, the savagery is never going to end. It's not. Yeah. Like, humans have been savage for a very long time.
Yeah, that's facts.
And it's not going away. It's human nature. So it's like, you got to protect yourself. You got to learn how people are, how people move, just human nature in general. It's like, what do the Egyptians say? They say something to the effect of, like, the quickest route to truth is to look to nature.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. Yeah. And when you look to nature, you see savagery everywhere.
Right.
And that's why I don't get all, like, ooh, let's all just get along and sing Kumbaya.
Utopia.
It's like, I think we should be respectful and nice to people, but I'm not expecting anyone to help me. Like, but nobody. You know what I mean? Because everyone's in it for themselves kind of thing. So it's like, my view of the world is kind of animalistic, kind of savage. I look to nature for the truth, and what I see is people look out for their tribe. Like, animals look out for their tribe, their little clique.
Yeah.
And any other animal.
Yeah.
Stay away from them.
I feel like I get called like a cynic and a pessimist a lot because in general I expect so much of humans. You know what I mean? Like in general, I feel like I have an internal code, and it's like I treat people the way that like I respect them in the way I would want to be treated. But I don't expect them to do the same to me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they should, and it's like, if they don't, then cut them off. But it's like, most people are just going to take advantage. I feel like.
Right, but this is why, like, sad things don't really move me emotionally. Like, it's the norm. What moves me emotionally is, like, random acts of kindness, because it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It catches me off guard, like, why would you be so nice to me or to someone else? Like, why would you do that? Like, it's the wild out here. You know what I mean? But that's why I like watching happy things, because it hits different. I feel it when I see happier things, because it's like, why is this going on? Why is this person being so nice to that person? Like, what? this is not how it's done in nature. Like this
I always
is
wondered that.
this is different. You know what I mean? But that's why I like the happier things. The sadder things, like, oh, that's life.
See, we're
You know what I
like,
mean? That's life. Okay, yeah.
we're so opposite that like he likes to watch like happier stuff, and I like scary movies. I like serial killer documentaries, stuff like that. And I always wonder like why you're more inclined to that and why I'm more inclined to dark stuff. But I feel like when I watch dark stuff, it kind of like gets me to like keep my suspicions of people. Like it keeps me remembering this is how people are. You know what I mean? And like I don't like get completely, you know what I'm saying? It kind of keeps me like with that perspective of like, do not trust people too much.
See, to me, that's just boring. That's just another day in the life.
It just comes innate to you.
Another day in nature. It's like, okay, I could turn on TV and watch Animal Planet and watch lions killing each other and killing baby lions and all this stuff.
That too.
I can watch primates killing each other. I can turn on the news and watch us killing each other.
Yeah.
It's just all like, oh, another day in nature.
Human
Wow.
nature.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. That's interesting.
But the happier thing, like that's weird. It's weird to see people being super nice for no reason to each other. That's why, like, why it's weird. It's like, whoa, that is crazy.
See, okay,
You know
so
I mean?
I got one more question for you before we wrap this up. So, like, he said basically, girls wonder, like, how could that experience, like, how could, you know, he just be an average dude or whatever, an average jigger, right? But it's like, do you think that his response to dealing with women in this regard and being like screwed over and treated like this, do you think that's a fair response, or do you think he's doing himself a disservice by like treating future women like, oh, you just, you know, you're just a piece of meat?
I think it's a survival instinct, pattern recognition. Like, think about nature, pattern recognition. If a certain looking animal attacks when they see you, the next time you see an animal that looks like that, you're gonna be like, oh, that animal might attack. You know what I mean? It's like pattern recognition helps you survive. And so if you're getting a certain pattern from dealing with women in general or a certain type of woman, it's like, I can't be mad at dude for being like, oh, no, man, I got 10 times by girls like this.
Yeah.
Or by women. So I'm supposed to be like, oh, no, just go in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and just give her your heart and see how it turns out. Like, no, like, from his life experience, that's the kind of girl he attracts or finds or whatever works. Then it's like, you got to move accordingly. You got to protect yourself.
I don't think men and women can truly understand each other. Like, I just think
No, impossible.
Women, like, y'all don't know. Women are, like, so sophisticated at the psychological manipulation game. You know? I feel like it's just, like, so, like, I don't know. I think as, like, what if all these men were, like, these are women's sons? You know what I mean? Like, what if this is your baby? And it's, like, knowing the capabilities of women out there, I feel like you'd be so, like, protective over your son in a way. You know what I mean? Even though it's not physical, like, it's not like you can physically protect him. It's like, if you're a woman, you just know. And it's totally different than how men work.
Well, I mean, that's why Dave said, you know what I mean? You find a good girl, you got to hold on to her. Got to. It's hard to find. It's easy to find what Cadet was finding.
Don't give it up for the meat, guys.
Yeah, if you find a good girl, you gotta hold on to her. Got to.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to hang out, chill with us again, you know. And if you have any suggestions, as always, leave them in the comments. Until next time, that's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. You to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't know.